This is a GBP AUD weekly recap and going over trades that happened in August, third week of August. 1, 2, 3, 4. We're gonna break down each one and timing, day, what key level was respected. Cool. So we have our support here, right? For our support. So basically, it's been playing in this range for like the past couple weeks since start of August, right? So see these ranges, like from here to this level, 197 pips, from down here to the top, 240 pips, right? Oops. So I'm gonna move that. Cool. So let's see. So on August 17th, which is Monday, price came down to this level. The previous day, so rejected this, right? And then we came down, started closing above, all these candles closing above the support, right? And last time we came to it, we went up, even here, rejected, goes up, right? So key support level. There's no reason to be looking for sales here because it's at support, several rejections. And then when you look at 30 minute lower time frames, this was essentially a new low, liquidity grab, higher low, and then higher low again in London, pre-London, after we created the high. So let's check out 15 minute. I actually started recording this before and I realized like 10 minutes in that I wasn't recording. I was only recording my voice. Okay, so price made a high, right here. Price made a high at 10:45 p.m. on, so this is going into Tuesday, second London session of the day, second London session of the week. And then what we had to do was, after we created these lower higher lows, we had to make this higher low, right? So essentially price found support. So this is 1 a.m., 1:15, 1:30, 1:45, 2 a.m. Eastern. So price found support, lower time frame found support, and then we can so that would have been perfect for entry. And then what happened was price made a new high afterwards at London Open, 3:15ish, and then we created a new higher low, and then we continued up. So my target for this essentially was this, where'd it go? Yeah, so this level right here, you see how there's this price action here, a wick right there. So I was targeting that, right? That wasn't perfect, but you still understand like why this area was important, because so much price activity right here. So it was likely that we were gonna go back up. And that's exactly what happened. That was a good target. So 15 minute. Cool. So 15 minute entered right here at the bottom. I entered this trade and then easily would have secured 30 pips, and then up here like another 100. So stop loss would have been like a bit higher, because like 20 pips, because what if price came down here, or you could have kept it below these wicks, but I'd keep it below, right? 20 pips. And then so we made a high, right? And then but there wasn't enough order flow to keep pushing, so we made a high, rejected it again. And now you know that, okay, if we rejected this, most likely price is going to go down for New York to grab liquidity before going up. Exactly what happened. So we had the low here, right? Create a high, retested that high, couldn't break it, not enough order flow in the market. So we went back down, created a new higher low, grabbed liquidity. This is 8 a.m., 8:15, so like New York open time. And then we continued up to our target, which was like right here, right? And we continued up to that target. So that is the first trade of the day, 100 pips, safe 100 pips. And that happened from 2 a.m. till like 10 a.m. Over 8 hours, but the market does move on its own pace, right? And then what we see happened was price didn't continue up here. So you can essentially say that when it started consolidating, there wasn't enough buying power, right? Enough buying pressure to push it up to this level here. So what's gonna happen is, if there's not enough buying pressure, where's price gonna go? Back down to the next key level, which was back down to here, right? So Tuesday, price, so this London session broke down, and lower time frame was consolidating, but then it started breaking down and coming down. And essentially, I didn't like this. I mean, this was clean because if you just trade this, you can just break, retest, and down. But I personally didn't like it. So the next trade to wait for was this come back, because there was no key level, right? So my rule is that I take trades when it's actively reacting to these key levels. Since this was rejected, this higher low was perfect, but there's no key level here. So the next key level is up here-ish, right? Or up here. So when this came, 7:30 a.m., price pushed down, right? So essentially this was just the setup for this move. Not enough order flow, couldn't break out, retest, and head up. So price came down to this key level, grabbed liquidity, grabbed more buy orders, and then we started creating higher lows, 11 a.m., and then pushed up, right? So this is going on to the next day, but essentially it was another clean leg, enter right at support. That's enough confirmation, and then exit at a high, or when price starts ejecting, 15 pip stop loss. And let's check out how 5 minute was looking there. Yeah, you see 5 minute, even I'll show 1 minute. 1 minute will be clear. So this is 1 minute. So see, it came tapped that level exactly. Higher low right there in lower time frame, another higher low. I'm just gonna, inside a circle, I'm just gonna, so low, higher low, higher low, higher low, higher low, higher low, higher high, higher high, higher high, right? Higher low, higher low, higher low, higher high. Okay, this is higher high. So we went from doing this, came back down to the key level, retested it right for New York open, and then New York volume switched directions, and we pushed up. All right, that sounds probably annoying, but deal with it. Getting these breakdowns, so just deal with it. All right, so on 4 hour, we had rejected this level now for the second time, and usually the second time we're gonna start heading up now, because now there's actual order flow, there's proper order flow in the market. Okay, so skip to August 20th. Price, this was the key level, and price wasn't anywhere near it. But what do we know about London? When 4 hour support has already been rejected, right? Let's say this is support, we reject it and we know that our target is, let's say, up here. We can't just keep pushing straight up. So what's going to happen? Create a higher low, right? Grab liquidity and then head up. Essentially, that's what happened here. So we had a high, and then price was consolidating, right? And when something like this has happened, either going to go up or it's the market. Market's going to fuck around, liquidity grab, and then go up, right? So let me just show how that looks. So 3 a.m. liquidity grab, and we'll go into 5 minute. Go into 5 minutes. You see how 5 minutes started consolidating. So you could have also entered, if you didn't get an entry here, could have entered after you saw this candle, right? After you saw this candle break above here, and then your stop loss would have been right below, like a little over 20 pips, right? But safe to say.